What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I did want to talk about something here for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown again, because obviously the VIP beta is days away, and I do know a lot of people are probably wondering if they want to jump into it or at least wait for the open beta, which I would probably guess at this point how gaming most likely is now. A lot of players are probably going to wait for the open beta, but I have to admit something though. I do know a lot of people are looking at a game like Test Drive going, you know what, bro? It's going to be a new racing game. It's most likely going to flop. And I do feel like a lot of players may not end up getting it for that reason, which I actually will be having a video come out in a couple of days of why we should give that game a chance. Do stay tuned for that one, which obviously I feel like everybody is giving it a chance because we don't have that many racing games at the moment, and we are most likely not getting more until next year. But I feel like this game does have something big going for it that many games do not. And this for me though is going to come down to a simple thing which I feel like every game honestly at this point, man, really needs it. That's the communication of feedback going on in the game with issues or, things people want to see changes with. And that way the developers can get feedback of something going on that they're like, okay, we can do this. We also like this idea, let's implement this in there. And a few things I actually saw, guys, from the Alex 7 video really made me excited. I'm actually going to leave a link in the description for that video if you guys want to check it out. Definitely worth a watch on some of the dope things coming in Test Drive. Like, it really is awesome. Before this, though, I feel like one thing I really liked from this, guys, and there's going to be a few examples here, but for one, though, I did notice when playing the demo back on the PC, there's one thing I did not like. That was the fact that when you did want to join an event, for example, it would actually take 30 seconds to join it, and you can actually see if players would actually join the said event with you. You would then sit there for 30 seconds, probably hoping to yourself that nobody would join it if you actually did want to do a race by yourself. But now they're actually going to make it so yes, you can do a race within 10 seconds. When you actually start it up, it will actually be 10 seconds and boom, the event will start. This is actually going to be a small thing we actually had feedback going toward them on. I do actually remember doing a feedback thing about that as well, and I also made videos about it. So it is awesome to see that other players are actually saying this to them, and they are legitimately listening to the fan base, man. This is something I really wish a lot more games would do, and they'd actually be more transparent on it. That way we don't have issues playing a game and we're like, hey, yo, bro, this is broken, this playlist challenge doesn't work, looking at Motorfest at the moment. Something like that, they're like, okay, we are aware of this, guys, we're going to work on it, but nothing, bro. Where's the communication standards on games like that? It would be so amazing. And that way I feel like things would actually get fixed easier. Like, you'd see an issue, you'd be like, hey, yo, bro, this is a problem, let's have like a feedback survey or something. Maybe every month a game can give a feedback survey on a set issue that's going on in it. Players can give like their top 5 things they would like to be changed, and then boom, maybe the developers can look at that and go, okay, so we're seeing this needing to be fixed more than anything else. We have 20 or so people saying this exact same thing, and then they can actually pinpoint some type of issue. Wouldn't that be actually kind of dope? That way some games can get bugs and issues fixed quicker instead of waiting months and months for them to be fixed, and sometimes they don't even get fixed. And at this point in gaming though, I really do feel like many games probably need to work on their overall communication with like the players and also the developers. That way we're seeing issues getting fixed or even things that need to be slightly tweaked, and that way players are then going to enjoy the game more, and also the developers are going to have a better relationship with the players, and also vice versa. This is why I feel like having this in this game, guys, is going to be so dang important, and hopefully we actually see in other games that way they can also get fixed. One of the games I've actually looked up to a bit with this is going to be Need for Speed Unbound. Don't get me wrong, I do know the game has its issues, people don't like it and stuff, but you have to admit though, the fact that that small dev team is talking to the fan base, letting everyone know that yes, we're aware of this issue, what do you guys think of this, how should it be changed, that is so dope, man, and I think other games really do need it. And the fact that we're already seeing that in Test Drive and the game is not even out yet really is going to give this game a brighter future. For example, we actually saw things change once again in the beta, which by the way, guys, I am going to ask a question right now, but also do let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. How many games have you actually played or even seen where things have changed since the beta or the demo? I would almost say many games nowadays, like you play the beta itself, which we do argue the fact on like COD and stuff, that you look at COD and go, nah, bro, it's just a beta, and then you play it, and then the game comes out over months later, and boom, it's the same exact thing. I would say a lot of games most likely don't change from the beta, but the fact that we're actually seeing that with Test Drive is such a great sign, man. Like, it really does make me so dang excited for this game. And you know what's funny though? The other thing I just noticed about Test Drive is the fact that we're actually having great communication with the developers. We're actually giving feedback. We're seeing tweaks on certain things, which I am going to touch on this in a video in a couple of days. Of course, coming right before the VIP beta, which I'm madly excited for. But in that video though, I am going to talk about why we really do need to give Solar Crown a chance to do great. You know, because a lot of games nowadays obviously don't launch that great or not even all that good for that matter. So I really do think we should actually give a smaller developing team that's not a AAA studio a better shot of actually doing good at a game. I mean, we really have to give them a shot, man. If you already knock them down on it, how are they actually going to have a chance to do great? Like, that's the way you have to look at it. Isn't that kind of crazy, though? We're getting better communication. We're giving them better feedback. And this is not even a AAA studio, bro. That is just absolutely insane to me. And what's also crazy to me, though, is the fact that when I was playing the demo on PC, they were actually updating the demo. And they were also changing and tweaking a few things toward the end of it, was also going to be a great sign that they're actually prepared. We do know right now that the VIP beta is coming up for consoles and the open betas after it, which I would say a lot of players are most likely excited for, including myself, even though if I had to guess, a lot of players are most likely still a tad worried about it, and they're probably going to wait for the open beta, which honestly, I can't blame you. But I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you also agree that many games nowadays are definitely struggling with this communication problem? I really do feel like developers need to talk to the players more, and also vice versa. I mean, that's probably going to be the best way to get issues fixed in a video game instead of, you know, just going all over the internet saying the game is trash, there's issues here and there. Why not we actually have like an actual feedback thing toward the developers? That way they can once again go through that and be like, okay, let's pinpoint this issue, and let's get this stuff fixed. I would really love to see that in Motorfest instead of, you know, waiting 4 or 5 months for an update, and then we still have broken mechanics after the updates. It's almost like, are y'all actually listening to your players, bro? We do know the issues with joining a crew have been an issue since launch. We do obviously know the challenges are broken, and if a lot of that stuff is not fixed in November when the update does come out, it is really going to make players concerned that the developers are not even listening. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, and the release date is not too far off.